Guys, welcome back. We're at the farmhouse. I just finished installing the windows and I want to show you how I did that, how to do it, and let's just dive right in. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this window installed. Not looking forward to it, I'm gonna be honest. This is the biggest window so far. It might not look big, but I struggled to move it from out here to inside. Yeah, I mean, you guys will see me struggle with it, but here we are. Get the spider off the wall here. Get out of here, dude. So, a couple things we have to do before we get the window in. We have to frame the opening a little smaller from the inside. So the rough opening was like 8 feet, I believe. This window isn't quite 8 feet. And then once we get that done, we'll be able to cut open the zip to that exact rough opening. So my rough opening is 82.5 by 60. I think we have 60 here. We do not. We have 60 here. If we measure from this sill plate here to the top, we have our 60-inch height. So we just have to remove this 2x, and then we'll cut this down. Now we have our header height at 60 inches. So that part's done. But now we got to get the width at 82.5. So this is my center point. And what we're going to do is go over 41.25 inches. 41.25. And this is 41.25 here. Firm that up good. Okay. So looking at this wall here, it's obviously not going to be a perfect size because we have this weird 1-inch sheathing, 2x4, and then lath and plaster. We have a total of 5.5 inches. We just have to take away 1/2 inch for a drywall, and then we're going to frame it to the zip, and then we'll put sheetrock and patch that, and it'll look really nice. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But for now, we're at 5.5 inches there. So I'm going to rip down a 2x6 at 5 inches wide to fit right here, and that's how we'll frame this in. So here's my 2x ripped down to 5 inches wide. So what I'll do is put this bad boy right here. So I set this one, it's pretty darn close to where I put my mark, but because it's very arbitrary where this window is going, I'm just gonna measure 82.5 inches off this board that I just put in. All right, so I'm gonna double check my rough opening, make sure that we are in fact 82.5. Yep, by 60 inches. Perfect. So now, we have the fun part of cutting this out. This is 2 inches of foam and 1/2 inch OSB. This is that Zip R12. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out a rough opening, and that way I can go on the outside and follow the 2x4s, and I can just kind of watch from the outside. So I'm gonna do a very rough cut. Don't be quick to go to the comments, okay? I'm just gonna make a quick rough cut. You'll see what I'm talking about. So I set up a laser. You might not be able to see it on camera, but I'm just gonna trace out the line and then cut it with the circular saw. The opening is done, finally. Sawdust and wind. Name a better duo. I'll wait. So we have to tape the bottom plate. Your main goal is to make sure that water doesn't touch this. So that's it. That's kind of the thought process. The right stuff to use would be the zip stretch to go on these corners, but we're just gonna send it. So I'm gonna do one down here. This is a way that will work, but there's probably there is a better way to do this, but I just don't have that tape, so. One there. This is also probably using a little more than we need to, but I want to make sure that since we don't have the right tape, we at least overkill. So I did one on the top, one on the bottom, and then one in the middle. So then there's this little crack right here. Water could still possibly get right through here. So what I'm gonna do here is, well, first of all, I gotta run down this on the bottom. We're getting it closed in a little bit more, little by little. Then to attack this corner from the other side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of tape in this corner. Strength in numbers, right? Roll it. So this is going to be the corner detail that I'm doing. Again, there's tape that Zip makes. It's called Zip Stretch. And there's also tons of other tape that are specifically designed for these corners. But I attacked it from a lot of different angles, so this should be more than okay. But again, there's probably a better way to do this. But I don't have that tape. Now this is going to be ultra DIY friendly because I have my caulk, my sealant, but I don't have a caulk gun. So I'm going to use this to push this. Okay, I could go run and grab the 3 caulk guns I have somewhere else, but I do not have time for that. I got to get home. So I'm going to try to finesse this out of here with this long flathead. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, I ran out. Super cool. By the way, this is for indoor, outdoor. Don't use explicitly indoor. And this is a good sealant. It's water, weather resistant, paintable, not that that matters. But it's, the important part is it's a sealant, it's weather resistant, and it's for exterior use. I found another tube, but I lost my screwdriver in the midst of running around trying to find this. So I'm gonna use the zip roller. Should do the same job. Now comes the hard part. Gotta get the window in the hole. I'm not excited about this. Now, as you guys may have seen, I didn't dry fit this, so these measurements better work out for me. All right. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, yeah. Okay. There's a wooden flange on the bottom, protecting this little plastic fin. I'm gonna unscrew that, and it'll be golden. Now, if you're ever gonna install a window, and you think to yourself, how do I know if I'm installing this the right way? These little drains are always going to go on the bottom. That's how you know. There's drains there in case water gets in where it's not supposed to be. That's where it comes out. All right. Lift with your back. Oh yeah, that's not easy, dude. It's not easy. Now, I'm gonna toss a couple screws in here so it stays in place. There's one. Don't make fun of me, guys. Okay, all I have is a 2-foot level, so. Perfect. So next we gotta tape the sides. So we'll tape the right side, left side, and then we'll do the top. So this is what the inside of the window looks like when we are done. We have our flashing on the bottom there, and now all we have to do is foam the edges and we're good to go. It's sealed up, it's flashed, and it's looking really good. I'm excited. It turned out great. This was the last window for the main floor. We got every other window installed. We have the windows in the master bathroom, the window by the master, or the window in the master. We have the kitchen window, the hall bathroom window, and then these 3 windows in the front of the house, both in the dining room and the living room. The really cool thing about these windows in the front, and you might not be able to pick up on it or notice it right off the bat, but all of these windows individually are the exact same size. They put them in one single frame to make it a little easier for me, but these individual window panes are all the exact same size. So when you look at it, it looks a little bit more symmetrical. The front windows off the porch are fixed, so they don't operate at all. But the windows on the side by the dining room, those are both a single hung window. It just makes the house look a little bit more intentional, which is our main objective. And I think that's something that I try my very best to do in all the builds that I tackle. And I think that it's very, very important. So on top of finishing all those windows, we are at drywall in the farmhouse. This remodel is crazy. There's so much drywall patching and nonsense to do, and they were here today. They did basically just a fill coat to get everything to kind of a single level to make it more manageable, but they did a great job. We're hoping to get this part done this week. That way next week I can spray paint it and then hang all the cabinets. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We are 1 week closer to moving into this house. I'm still aiming to reach my deadline of the end of May. So stay tuned to watch that, and I'll see you guys in the next video.